Okay, we're going to go back to the calls. I think we have Harvey, who we've never actually talked to, but we've heard is a legendary Kentucky sports radio caller. Harvey, are you there?
Yeah.
How you doing, Harvey? I feel like I'm meeting a hero because we've heard so much about you. How's it going?
It's going good, but I've been listening, and I wanted to put this out to all the listeners. I've been a fan for the Kentucky Wildcats. In fact, when I'm 85, okay, I played basketball on a dirt floor, and I go way back to Bill Spivey, Wawa Jones, listening to them on a dry cell battery when there was no electricity, things like that. But what I wanted to address was Coach Cal. Okay, now listen, I have watched him for years, as long as he's been there. I think that he picks his players by their energy. I'm talking about their aura energy, their spiritual energy. I think that he reads on this like maybe other people do, and it's like what you call a vibe, a feeling, or energy, and everyone in the universe has that energy and is connected to the universe. And I know people might think I'm crazy, but it's called your aura or spiritual signature, and if you can see it, you can tell exactly if a person's going to play good, if he's going to respond well. I just think that he reads people, and that's how he selects the people that he wants to play and the ones he wants to sit on the bench.
I agree with you.
Them.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
You're not crazy.
You're absolutely right, Harvey. I'm curious, because you sound like a guy, you understand this type of thing, this type of spirituality. What's your vibe? What's your read on Coach Cal himself?
My read on Coach Cal, I've never got to get close enough to him just from seeing him on TV, but you have to really work on transcendental energy, and I haven't got that close enough to him, but I would read him that he is really concerned more about the individual than their aspect for playing. The playing comes second. The first is the individual himself, and he wants to produce a good individual out of that young person.
Yep. Yeah, Harvey, I couldn't agree more, basing vibes, how the game's going to go. Now, Harvey, I've heard a ton about you. Like I said, it's great that you're calling in. I heard you're a bird man. You love birds. What's going on in the bird world these days?
Oh, I know about the crows. Yeah. The crows will talk to you. They will leave you gifts. Birds, here's the whole thing, is that every person has a frequency. Their voice has a frequency. And if you can figure out what frequency or what energy you're promoting toward the animal kingdom, plants or anything, you communicate through that frequency. It's not the audible frequency that humans communicate, but it's your feelings. The same thing, your energy field, your aura. We're all connected.
Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. That's how, like, human beings, their body language towards dogs especially, you can walk into a room and create an instant bond with an animal. They understand things that I think sometimes, we get lost in because we try to pay too close attention to the words that are being spoken and not enough to the general energy that's being communicated back and forth. So what's an example of a time that you've interacted with an animal and you've just put your vibe out there and you've befriended it, or you've connected with it on a level that you previously didn't expect?
That I am, it's when they actually want something from you, like a gift, or you're feeding them. It's you promoting your necessity toward their necessity, and they pick up on those vibes or that energy. It's like I say, we're all connected, and it's what necessity is there at the time that you're promoting yourself to them.
Now, Harvey, as a bird guy, we had someone call in a couple of years ago and point out the fact that the Louisville Cardinal has teeth, and birds don't have teeth like that. Does that bother you when you see that? When you see Kentucky play Louisville and you see the Cardinal at center court or midfield, and it's got these big old chompers that make no possible sense?
That's all, something. It's all about money and promoting this or promoting that.
Big teeth.
But when you get down to it, I just look at the spirit of the bird, or the individual. I don't worry about those other unnecessary facts. I just try to pick the truth out of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harvey, as a guy who's also done a lot of drugs, the guy over in Louisville, Rick Pitino, he was very close with Papa John. Papa John always gave me some bad vibes. What kind of vibes do you get from Papa John?
I never eat Papa John's. I hardly ever eat pizza. I'm just an old beans and potato person myself.
Ooh,
beans and potato.
I like that. I like that.
That's efficient.
So Harvey, how about let's talk about Kentucky football, because the vibes have changed there. How do you see the team doing this year, and what would you maybe like? What changed in the last few years to make the boys have a lot of success on the field?
Well, I think the main thing is that they're losing the people that the younger players look up to follow in their footsteps and try to be as great as they are. They're losing all those people, so they don't have any role models to go by. And I don't think Kentucky's football is going to be as good this year as it was last year, because they've lost a lot of good people, and all these other ones, they don't have any standards to go by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Harvey, tell me a little bit about growing up playing basketball on the dirt floor. What was different about the game back then? Was it harder to play defense? Was it harder to fall down on? Would it scrape you up? What was that like?
Well, actually, I was raised in an orphan's home, and they couldn't afford a gym. So I think that it made us a lot better playing on a dirt court with a round hoop. We didn't even have a net. And then when we got invited to play at other schools like Hazard or Caney Creek or other different places, Paintsville, we excelled because, man, here we are on a floor that it's responding, and the dirt floor wasn't as forgiving. If you had a pebble or something down there, well, wow, there goes your ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And I could see it's like, taking practice cuts in baseball with a leaded donut. You step up to the plate, and it's much easier to swing that way.
Yeah,
kind of the same thing.
Yeah, shooting with no net is very difficult.
Do you think maybe Coach Calipari should implement some of those rules and have the boys practice on a dirt floor?
No net?
Maybe no net, and that way when they get into the gym, the game seems a lot easier.
Hey, that might be a good tune to go by. I wouldn't mind talking to Coach Cal sometimes, but he's out in his, I could say never land, but I'm just old Joe down here in the valley, reading the plants and talking to them, the crows and everything. But you know what? I know where I'm going, and I know what I am. So that's the whole essence of life.
I love you, Harvey. I just want to say, I'm in love with you.
You're the man, Harvey. What was the reading the plants? What are you doing, day to day? Because we live in New York City. We don't get to be around nature very often. So what are you doing on a day to day when you're talking to the crows and reading the plants?
Well, I walk by. I have a big flower garden. I have 3 gardens. I walk by and you don't touch them, but you use your energy field like if you're caressing or like rubbing your hand over the back of an animal. You don't have to touch them because they have their energy field, you have yours, and if you're compatible which you're already connected by the universe, they feel you. They communicate with you. Your hands will tingle. Whenever you do this, you'll get a little tingling feeling, and you will understand and feel that love, that unconditional love that they're giving to you.
We need to get back out in nature.
Harvey,
that's all I'm learning.
Do you have a particular plant that you vibe with the best, like your best friend of a plant?
Well, all plants are friends to me, but I like the red clover because it's a blood thinner. It's a good blood. It constitutes a lot of good factors in your blood, and it grows taller than a lot of things in the pasture, and it stands out. And that's a spiritual signature right there. These plants that stand out, they're crying out to you. Look at me, look at me. I have something to give to you. Just like all these ladies that are dressing beautiful and all this stuff, and you see they're standing there. Look at me, look at me. It's all there. You just have to read the signs, you know.
Yeah. Well, Harvey, this has been incredible. We really appreciate you calling in. Do you have anything else you wanted to get off your chest or anything you wanted us to talk about for the rest of the show today?
No, I'd just like to say that I think that Cal and this team might do better than last year, and I'd just like to say I'm a veteran. I'd like to say God bless America.
Love that.
Thank you.
Love
God
that.
bless
And
America.
Harvey,
God bless you, Harvey.
God bless you, and I'm putting a future on the Kentucky Wildcats right now because of the vibe check on Harvey. That's all I needed to hear.
I love that, Harvey.
So I appreciate it. Be well, Harvey. Be well.
I have one last question for you, Harvey. What is your favorite beach in Kentucky?
My favorite what?
Your favorite Kentucky beach?
I live near Lake Cumberland. If I go down there, I like to go down, sit and watch, and just watch nature, you know.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you, Harvey. We appreciate it. We're going to take a break, but be well, and hopefully our paths cross again.
Yeah, Matt texted me and asked me if I'd call in, so I hope that somebody has learned something, because if we're not learning something daily, then we're going backwards.
Agreed.
Okay?
100%.
Agreed. And guess what? When Kentucky wins the national championship next year, it will be because of this call and your vibe check on how they're going to do. So I'm putting the future in. I'll split the money with you if we win.
Okay, that's great.
Yep.
Hey,
All right.
All right. Thank you.
I love y'all's show. I love this station. Thank you so much.
All right,
Fare thee
thank
well.
you, Harvey.